How's it going, everybody? I hope everyone had a wonderful time over the Christmas holidays and you enjoyed the time with your family or your hot rod. Hopefully both. As you can see, we got something here in this box from Snow Performance, NITROUS Express, that we desperately need to put on my truck Frostbite. And I think a lot of you guys are going to be super interested and or will need this thing for yourself. So stay tuned. We're going to unbox it. We're going to go over all the different variations with it. And before we get started, if you're new to the channel or if you've been hanging out on the channel and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do me a solid, scroll down below, hit the subscribe button, click the bell for the notification so you don't miss anything in the future, and share this video with all your car buddies as they may be interested in this fuel pump as well. All right, guys, so as you can tell, we got a fuel hat assembly from Snow, also known as now NITROUS Express. They are one company now. And why do we need this? So I know it's been a while since I've put up a video since we ran the new record pass on Frostbite where we ran a 977 in the quarter mile on my Ram truck. And when we ran that pass, the data log showed we were at 113% injector duty cycle, guys. Yeah, we are on the thin ice of not enough fuel. We're making some serious power now with the new 392 that I put together, and we need more fuel. So we're going to upgrade my previous fuel pump that is from Holley. It was a double pump system, and we're going to get rid of that and we're going to upgrade it to the new Snow multi-pump drop-in fuel pump assembly right here in this box. I'm going to open it up, take the pump out, and then we are going to go over this thing pretty well, talk about it, and there's many different variations for this pump, so we're going to go over that as well. This is the wiring harness for it, along with, there's a few stickers in there. A company that believes in sending you stickers. That's nice. We always want stickers, right? Plus it adds, 5 horsepower or so. All right, so we're going to get it out of the bubble wrap here. And the first thing you're going to notice is look at this awesome filter. Not one, not two, not three, but just one giant filter to run all the pumps. I like that. That is cool. Something I don't think there's anything else on the market that even does like that. That's pretty dope. I like that. So here she is. As you can tell, this is the 3-pump drop-in assembly, and again utilizes one filter for all the pumps. Pretty neat. This thing is absolutely dope. Not a chintzy or made like doo-doo product. This thing is made legit. I'm gonna get the camera over here. We're gonna go over this really close so you guys can really see the detail. But this is quality. This thing rocks. It looks awesome. Absolutely sick. And again, this is the wiring harness for the pump assembly. As you can see, there's 3 connectors here. And then you got your 3 sets of wires to run all 3 of your pumps. In this situation, again, because this is the triple pump setup. This pump right here is, again, the triple fuel pump drop-in assembly for a 12-bolt universal fuel cell. Now this one is the what they call the street version or the streetable version. One of these pumps, which will be the main running pump, is a 450 liter per hour pump. So it draws a little less current for your, go down to the store, drive around town. That is your main running pump. Now the other two pumps are the 470 liter per hour pumps that kicks in during boost. And this combination, the streetable version, this combination can make 1,500 wheel horsepower on E85. And if you're on gasoline, you can make up to 2,000 wheel horsepower on this setup right here. Absolutely insane. Now, there's a whole bunch of different variations of this exact pump setup, and I'm gonna go over all of them real quick. And again, I'm gonna show you all the little details and what this thing's all about. Now, for you guys that may not need a triple pump setup, and you just want a really nice double pump drop-in fuel hat assembly to put into your universal fuel cell, they make a twin pump setup. Okay, so very similar, minus a pump. You'll have two pumps, and that twin pump setup is capable of 1,000 wheel horsepower on E85 or up to 1,300 wheel horsepower on gasoline. And they utilize a 450 liter per hour pump as your main running pump, and then a 470 liter per hour pump as your secondary pump for a streetable combination. And then as you work your way up, this is the pump that would be next. This is the streetable triple pump with one 450 and two 470s, which can do 1,500 wheel horsepower on E85 or up to 2,000 horsepower on gasoline. Now, you start changing this around and you can go even higher depending on, what your car is. If it's not so much a street car, then we can start getting even more wild. So next one up from this would be what they call the 3 pump race version, where you get 3 470 liter per hour pumps. And that combination is good for 1,600 wheel horsepower on E85 and up to 2,100 horsepower on gasoline. Now again, that's more of a race combination because you're going to be pulling a little bit more amperage with the higher main running pump. So if you're planning on driving on the street a lot, may not be the way you want to go. But if it's more of a race car and you're not running this thing around town a lot and you want max flow, it's definitely a contender. Now, there's still one more, and this is basically what they call their max effort race version. And it's the 3 pump extreme combo. And that combination, basically, again, it's the same setup as this, but you're gonna get 3 535 liter per hour pumps. And that combination will support up to 1,900 wheel horsepower on E85 and up to 2,500 horsepower on gasoline. Absolutely insane. Again, that is more or less the max effort race version for maximum flow and maximum power. Definitely a jam up pump. I think these things are just awesome. They give you lots of different combinations for your specific build. So there's definitely a pump in there for whatever you need. But before we get the camera over here and we go over all the details and the feed and the return and the fuel cap and all that stuff, again, if you're looking for more of a street version, you're looking at it, this is it right here. It's the 3 pump, 450 liter per hour running pump with 2 470s as your kick-in pumps for under boost. And this setup here basically draws about 10 to 12% less current than the other race options. So again, if you're trying to drive, down the street to work, car shows, or maybe this is like an actual street car, this is probably the way you want to go. If not, go with the big dogs. And the main reason I chose this, because I still do drive Frostbite to my shop. Every now and then we'll drive it to a car show. We'll go out on the street and we drive it a little bit. It has become more of a toy and a trailer queen / race truck more than anything, but I still like to get it out, go down the road in it, and enjoy it. So that's why we went with this. And this setup is going to be more than enough fuel for what we need for frostbite. All right, so again, the number one thing I really like is this one massive filter element to work for all three pumps. That is awesome. That's probably like the first thing that sticks out that I like the most. Now up top, you have a 10 AN feed, which is nice. And then you have an 8 AN return, standard plumbing. And then you have your fuel cap up here, which is nice. And again, this thing is all billet, all CNC, no plastic crap. This is good stuff. Nice cap, nice size hole with nothing obstructing the filling. I do like that because on my other pump from Holley that we're gonna be taking out, when you take the cap off, you have wiring and hoses and all kind of crap right here under the fill. And you know, it kind of makes refilling a little bit of a headache, because if I stick something down in there like a neck or whatever, I'm always worried about bumping the wires. And this is wide open, a lot more space, so that's definitely a plus. Again, CNC billet, all this is metal. This is good stuff. The wiring is superb. The connectors are nice. Quality fuel pumps, no garbage. Everything is tucked in, super nice. You can see this is the return hose right here. Good stuff. Other thing I want to note is you can see how for your feed, you can see basically you have a CNC metal tube that goes to all, you can see the block, the distribution block right here. It goes to all the pumps. So all pumps feed into the same spot. Very nice. These are a direct replacement for any 12-bolt fuel cell fill lids with a tank depth of at least 8.72 inches. So pretty much all your standard like 10, 15, 20 gallon fuel cells, this stuff is going to work for you. These are literally the nicest high output fuel pumps on the market. Again, like the design of this gets rid of all the hose clamps, the rubber plastic lines that can deteriorate over time and cause issues. These things are nice. They did a very good job on making these things. Just like the description says, I mean, there's literally no hoses. Everything is billet. So again, this would be your only, technically your only hose in the system, but all it is return straw that comes down off the top for your return. So even if that was to deteriorate, it wouldn't matter, because all you're doing is putting your return fuel back into the tank. But nothing to fail outside of here. There's nothing. There's no fuel hoses. There's nothing. It's all sealed. It's all billet. Good stuff. You're not going to have any leaks. You're not going to have any issues. Very good stuff. So there you have it. That's the new fuel pump that we're putting in Frostbite. This thing's going to be jam up, jelly tight. It's going to do us wonders for a long time. There's some other things that you may be interested if you're going to be getting this same pump assembly. And it's basically a couple add-on stuff to make your life easier. And I'm currently running these already on Frostbite for my current pump. Now, especially if you're running a double or triple pump, one thing you may be interested in is going to be the Snow multi-pump relay system, which I've already installed. We did an unboxing on that in my previous old video when we converted to E85, so you can check out that video. I'll link it down below in the description, and it goes over what that does. It's a very nice piece. Basically, it gives you a fusible and relay system to run up to 3 pumps. Very small, compact unit, fits everywhere. It's a very good quality unit, and I've been running it for over about 2 years now with no issues at all. Solid piece. Definitely worth it if you're going to be running more than one pump. Now, if you're looking for a way to trigger your secondary or your triple pump setup, so for instance, you're always running on one pump and then you want to run your 2 pumps when boost kicks in, say 5, 10, 15 psi, whatever you want to set your system to kick in the additional pumps, would be the Snow Boost activated pressure switch. Cheap part, works very well, does the job. I've been using it now again for over a couple years to activate my secondary pump and my water meth kit. And I want to say that switch is adjustable from like 5 psi up to 15 psi, so you can set in between exactly where you want your secondary or triple pumps to kick in. That switch part number is 81014. If you're interested, I'll link it in the description below as well. And if you're interested in the multi-pump relay system, I'll link that part number in the description below, and that part number is 2003. 20003 is your part number for that. And again, those 2 extra parts go well when you're installing one of these in your setup. And the last thing I want to mention is they also have, as you can see here on the box, they make some very good quality fuel regulators that we have been using also on Frostbite, and it's been a very good quality piece with no issues, no leaks. It's been awesome. So if you're interested in fuel regulators, they have that as well, so check them out on the website. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, stay tuned. We're going to get this thing installed and upgrade the fuel system so we can make Frostbite a little faster and a lot more safer is the biggest reason for this. So again, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, share the video to anybody you know that might be interested in a fuel system. These are definitely contenders. You got to check these things out, look at them, give them a shot, and I think you're going to like what you see. So you guys stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys on the next one.